following along. Okay, how about this? Is that any better? Am I there? Okay, yes! Okay, I'm sorry for that little hiccup. We just did our foot articulation through the feet. We worked on that standing balance. Standing balance, standing balance. I think we're all caught up to speed. Thank you for being here through that little hiccup. We'll get to the floor. Two ways we like to get to the floor. One is our forward fold, and the other is using our spine like a telescope, like in the port de bras in our ballet practice. We'll start with our fold. Extend the head, neck, looking up. Then the chin goes down as the crown goes high, and flex the neck to the T-spine. Then round through the rib cage or the T-spine, and bend the knees if needed, flexing towards the bottom's position. From here, could we straighten the knees and just take a breath or two. Breath into the belly, exhale, and one more time, breath into the belly, exhale. From there, walk out to be on all fours. On all fours, we'll pull the floor with the hands pulling towards the knees and use your abdominals on the front to flex or round the lumbar spine. Then press the hands forward, an anterior tip or tailbone towards the ceiling. Repeat. Pull on the floor, abs engaged to flex or round that low back, and then press forward through the hands, tipping the tailbone into the anterior position. Return to a neutral position in between, and then explore the T-spine. With the head and neck looking between the hands, press the sternum forward, making sure not to increase the arch in the low back, provide stability, and press the T-spine forward for mobility in the upper back. Relax. Regrip, pack shoulders, slight posterior tuck of those hips to brace, and then press the sternum towards forward without moving the head and neck. Repeat tension for 2 more seconds, and then relax. Last time. Slight posterior tuck to engage our core brace. Then our sternum presses forward, extending those upper back muscles and vertebrae and rib cage spaces, holding for a second, and then relaxing. From here, let's lift the knees, keep the tailbone long, press ourselves towards our forward fold, and walking hands to feet or feet to hands, and then folding, stacking up nice and tall. From there, we'll shake it out and address those port de bras shoulders, shoulder blades first. Arms in first, feet wherever you wish. At the shoulders, elevate. Then round forward, pull down, and retract. Then pull down, forward, elevate, retract. Down one more time. Open arms to front, and then towards that side or seconds position. At this place, repeat the shoulder blades. Elevate, depress, protract, retract. Pull down one more time, then take those arms towards overhead. Soft elbows are allowed here as we elevate once more. Then pull down, protract, retract. Pull down one last time and return those arms to the ground or hips, and then shake. We'll continue to work on that port de bras after we do something at the bar, core strength on the ground, and then back up for something nice and graceful and expression-like up top. Grab your chair, grab your bar. I'll be using a chair on one side and a bar on the other, staying right over here as we go forward. Using your bar, pivot so that your feet are now in our first position. Arm could stay in that first position in front, out to the side, on the hip, your call. From here, we'll pull the heels together, descending in our first plie. Then extend or press, stretch to tall. Pull the heels together to descend in the plie, and then press to stretch. On the third repetition, we'll pull ourselves low. Then could you go lower, pulling the heels away from the ground? And then connect the heels, connect the hips, and extend to tall. With the hand out at the side, on your balance aid or where you choose, let's hold our first balance today. Pressing those ankle bones forward, pulling up the kneecaps, squeezing the core, and making sure the rib cage stays over the hips. Slowly descend, and then Tendu out to our second position, and repeat. Pulling into squat plie, staying between two panes of glass, and then extending. And then descend again by pulling in and pressing away to get tall. Pull in, nice and control as we descend. Let's keep our heels flat for this one. And then press to tall and stretch. With your balance aid or not, continue to press down to grow up. Straighten the kneecaps, press those ankle bones forward, butt squeeze, core brace, and try to stay calm. Then slowly return the heels to the floor. Point to the front this time, and just check out that fourth position. The heels should be in line in that center, the hips, shoulders, and head facing forward. Pull, extending that hip, legs connect, back towards your first position. Shake it out. Let's repeat that one more time on the other side for both sets of first, second, and then the exploration of that fourth position. Pivot to first. We'll pull ourselves down for our first plie, and then stretch. Pulling down and stretching tall. And then pull, 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 pull. Continue to pull. Those heels could lift away from the floor. And then connect, drive tall, balance aid at your side, hold your second, first position balance. Avoiding those sickled shapes, pressing those ankle bones forward for one more second, and always control on the down. Open to that side or second position and repeat our plie. Pulling in to descend and pressing to tall. Pulling in to go low, pushing away from center to get stacked. Keep your feet, heels heavy on the floor as we descend in our last squat plie. Then press and extend to tall. Let's hold our next balance in that second position. Glute squeezed, hips forward, rib cage down. Use your balance aid, whether it's a finger or a firm grip, and then slowly return the heels to the floor. Tendu around to that front, toe ball heel and landing. Where are your hips? Let's make sure the head, shoulders, and hips can face forward. Knees can be straight, hips extended through. Then point and connect back to that first position. Add a little wiggle. Let's get back to the floor. I'll move my chair out of the way, hopefully pretty quietly there. Next, the second way to get to the floor in our practice is that telescope. Here, my hips will stay in the same position, and I'll push my face forward, extending the spine. Keeping the head forward, extending like a telescope away, we'll start bending from the bottom, lumbar spine first, then to the top or the C-spine. Hang out with fingertips on the floor, or shins are okay too, and take a breath into the belly, and exhale, and a breath into the belly, exhale. From there, walk out. Modify your planks if you need to be from the knees, making sure that the low back is supported by those abdominals. I'll do my first set from our modified position here, and for 10 seconds, we're going to start now and squeeze your bum. Brace your core. Fingertips press into the ground, screwing in for tension. Hold for one more second, and then relax. Take a breath, 10 seconds on, approximately 10 seconds off, and then modify if you need. Maybe this hybrid position of a knee down is a good place to go next. So for 5 seconds, join me here. My left leg extended at the hip is pressing into the floor for one more second. I'll relax, bring that knee underneath the hip, extend the next leg to the back, press into the ground, pulling tension, Ooh, that's a little shake, and hold for one more second. Relax, and under. From here, let's tip the tailbone to the ceiling, so an anterior tip of the hips, and then with the toes tucked, press the floor forward and your hips back. Walk those hands to feet or feet to hands based on your space, and then with straight knees, flex to extend the spine to tall, and reset. Address your stance into our first position, pivot on those heels, and stand tall. Arms in first, moving as a team. Pull the shoulder blades low and reach forward with soft elbows. Trace one of those hands out to the side, looking at it, and then nice and slow, continue to trace the chin towards center, and then back to the front. Alternate sides. Here I am looking to the left. My chin connects to the clavicle, return center, and we'll do that one more time. To the front, trace the hand with the eyes, and nice and control down. And then last one in this pathway, to the front, open to the side, down, reset that head to center, and add your light wiggle. Let's go back to those chair or bar apparatus. Maybe you use your kitchen counter. It's not an amateur move to use our balance aids. Even the pros use those bars. So use the bars. We'll do some stuff in the center in a moment. First, the Tendu. Either working from your parallel stance as I'm standing here, or in that first. Slide the outside leg along the floor, keeping the whole foot in contact for now. It probably doesn't go very far. Or is that just me? Then return it underneath. Then out front as full foot as we can. Then lift the heel, pressing the balls of the feet into the ground. Then connect back to our first position. Next, full foot, check. That demi point, check. And then finish with your toe point. Then articulate all the way back underneath the hip, and we'll repeat the same thing to the side. A flat foot, where will it get? Keeping the other leg nice and extended at the knee and the hip. Pull it in. Then out to the side, then finish with that demi point. And pull all the way back in. Repeat one last time. Full foot, had to correct myself there. Demi point to the toe point, hold for a second, and pull that energy back in. Extend the hip to the back, hang out there for a moment, and is there daylight between the legs, or are you adducting or finding that center line in the back? Return underneath, add the wiggle, perhaps that nice little turn, and then do the same thing on the other side. From parallel, or from our first position, where can we reach that full foot? Return underneath. With straight knees, we'll reach the full foot, and then finish with our toe point, and then back underneath. Returning to the front, full foot, toe point, finishing, shooting energy out of the toes, and then pull, connecting the full foot back to the ground. Out to the side, same thing. With those hips extended, squared up, where can we reach a flat leg along the floor? And then pull in. Next, reach out to the side, finish on that demi point, and then pull energy into the ground, returning the leg center. At the end, full foot, demi point to toe point, and then pull all the way back under. Extend the hip to the back, take away the daylight as to adduct or find truly that space behind you, and then return to the first position. Give a little check. Pretty good with that. Wiggle that away. I'm going to take a little quick check at the chat, making sure my sound's all good here. Great. We're good to go. All right. So let's get to the floor through that telescoping way again. Pushing the face forward, squeezing the buttocks, extending the spine, then the low back rounds first, low to mid, face is still forward, And then when the other parts of the spine go, finish with the head neck. Walk out to the modified position as we explored before, or join me in that high planks position. Screw the hands in, tuck the hips, lift, and brace and squeeze for 10 seconds. Pulling the floor together, breathing, squeezing your butt cheeks, screwing into the floor, and holding for 3, 2, soft knees down, take a break. Avoid that child's pose. I often say that in this practice. If you need that child's pose after a plank, you're not using your abs. Let's regress that skill if we need to. Come back one more time if you can though. High planks position. We have a slight posterior tip to lock in those abs, and then 10 seconds of butt squeezing, core bracing, breathing, and working on your tension techniques. Relax. With the knees down or lifting the bum high, walking hands towards feet, and then we'll stack up through that forward fold, pushing the sternum forward, finishing with the head neck, looking that way. Add that wiggle. Let's turn out to first, quarter bras for shoulders. From front, we'll reach up high, towards overhead, and then looking at one hand, coming through those nice ranges of motion at the shoulders, back up. The armpits or shoulder blades pull low as the hands go overhead. And then looking out to the side and down, twice more, once each way. Looking up, tracing with those eyes, looking out to the side with a breath, and then down, and then looking at the hands towards overhead, out to the side. Connect the chin towards the clavicle, return to center, and add the wiggle. We did our warm up on the feet. We've done our squat plies, tendus, check. Now what about that dégagé, the little bit of the quicker stuff, the powerful stuff that gets us away from the floor? With your balance aid at your side, from first or parallel, stand tall. Press a single leg out front. We'll do this for 4 times with authority and off the floor. 1. And then connect it all the way back. And 2. And back. And 3. And one more time. And under. Repeat out to the side. 1. In. 2. In. 3. And last one. Same energy to the back, trying to take away that daylight between the legs. 1. 2. 2 more. And last one. Let's repeat that front, side, and back. To the front first. 1. Then to the side. Then to the back. Then to the side. Then to the front. Then to the back. That's the side. Then to the back. One more time at the side. In. And then shake. Do your, perhaps that's called a soutenu. I'm not even sure sometimes. The French, the English, will focus on those basics like the tendu to help stay powerful. Let's repeat. We're tall. Dégagés here, building off of that tendu to the front for 4. 1. And under. And 2. And press and point with those toes. And last time. 4 to the side. 1. Under. 2. 2 more. Press down to go away. Press down to go away and come back in. Now 4 out the back. 1. And 2. Out the back is so hard. And 3. And last one, 4. Okay. Now front, side, back, side, front, and doing that twice. To the front, and under, to the side, and under, to the back, under, to the side. One more time around, front, side, back. One more time, side, close, first position, tweak it a little bit, and then add that shake. For a little extra challenge, with your bar or without, and perhaps this time you use your chair or your bar apparatus in front. As you said, challenge yourself in the center, and from our first position, with our dégagé still, we'll go 8 repetitions to the side here, and then 8 over there. 4, 4, 2, 2, shake it out, and then hopefully we can climb all the way back up. Arms first, arms second for balance and stability might help. We're going in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and last one. Now 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 2, and 2, and pause, 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 and 2, and 2, and 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and shake it out and awesome. Stay quick, stay light, stay powerful with that dégagé, and assemble it in nice patterns like that. To the floor, to our plank. From here, we will keep our face forward and extend the spine like that telescope forward. Then the low back is ready to flex and flex and flex. And then it flexes forward, keeping those kneecaps pulled up as we fold. Take a breath. Breath into the belly. Exhale. Maybe you can get lower. One more time, breath in. And exhale. Then from there, walk out. High planks position. Adding on, we could lift and create a 3-point plank. And we'll hold this tension for 5. 4, shooting energy out of that toe in the back, compressing in the hip, and switching. Toe point. Pull tension. Squeeze your buttocks. 3, 2, 2 feet, 2 knees. Slight anterior tip to prevent that lumbar rounding. Take a breath. And then one last time in our plank. High planks position. 3-point plank if we can. Modify from the knees if you need. And we'll hold it for 1 more second. And then switch. Continue to brace, to breathe. Finesse that position, enhance your tension, and make it look easy, although we all know it's not. And then knees down if we need. From here, we'll fold back up, hands to feet, feet to hands, you know the drill. And then pulling up nice and tall with that casual shake. To the bar for one last exercise. 2 parts to it though. First, we'll keep things low in that rond de jambe style. Then we'll lift off and add some variation. Parallel or first, press through the floor like your tendu to the front. Then open to the side and create new awareness and space in those hips as you work towards the back, and then flexing over the toes, extending the hip forward. Flexing the hip forward actually. Standing tall though. Then we'll extend that hip to the back. Trace that middle line. Reach out to the side with a toe point to the front. And then finish in first. Repeat, staying low on the ground if that's for you, or come up off the ground a little bit for an added challenge. To the front, slightly crossing that midline. Then lift off the floor just by a little bit. Continue that rotation as you reach out to the side. Then that internal hip rotation reaching around to the back, tap down, and then flexing the hip under. Extend the hip last time to the back here, off the floor slightly perhaps. Then as that leg comes around, my inseam faces forward, my knees extended there, ballet teacher, I'm trying, to the front, tap, and then close to first. Wiggle it. Let's repeat the same thing on the other side. Nice and tall. Heel twists to first. Press through the floor, bringing the leg towards that center line. Then from center, We'll reach out, that external rotation in the hip, internally rotating as we navigate that back corner, hug the legs together, and then over the toes and underneath the hip. Extend the hip to the back, cramp that standing leg, the knees are straight, and then reaching out, inseam forward to front, and then under. Last time today, same height, if that's for you, or slightly off the floor. Continue to send energy through those toes as the knees are straightened, pulling the kneecaps up. We'll internally rotate in the hip socket to bring that leg towards the back. It might tap down soon, hugging, taking away daylight, and then flexing the hip. Last time, extension, hips forward, knees straight, off the floor, and then turn out of the hip, bring it to the side, and from the side to the front, tap down, pull under, and shake it out. Thank you very much for dealing with a little bit of a sound check issue this morning and being here with me today as I practice my barre skills so I can be exceptional, or at least in my own imagination, when I get to do ballet in real life. Thank you so much, ballet teachers. You've had an immense impact on my training life. Those of you who've come in here to teach, those of you who've gone to visit at the National Ballet. We appreciate your time as a user. We appreciate the instructors who have shared wonderful things with us, and we look forward to sharing more with you soon. Take care. Let's train soon, and have a great day. My name's Ian from Bars and Bells. Be well. Bye-bye.